Welcome to Goonie's World. My name is Goonie, also known as Colin, and I'm here, as always, with Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hello, hello.
And Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello.
And our game master for today, Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean.
Hey, hey, hey.
We're playing Pirate Borg.
Arr.
Arr, yeah, it'll be a lot of R's, I imagine. This game Pirate Borg, it's compatible with Borg, however you should say it. Luke Stratton is the guy who wrote it. It was published under the Borg license by Limithron. I mean, we're seeing all kinds of Borg games. I mean, right, there's Cyborg. Isn't there Bunny Borg?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and which might get played here today sometime. Anyway, it's one of many. You see that too at the end of the Odd Knave. A lot of these really strong, simple games end up with 50 different versions because they're all very generous with their licensing. But this one is, of course, as the title would suggest, a pirate game. It's set in a dark, awful version of the Caribbean. You guys, I'll let the details of the place emerge over play, but it's fairly richly detailed in the book and attractively illustrated, I might add. But everything's terribly grim, and magic is real and often terrible. Monsters stalk the earth and lurk under the water, under the seas. And it's often cloudy and drizzly with terrible weather. Today it's very cloudy and it's drizzling ash. That's how it is right now. You guys are in a sloop, a boat that's small enough for the three of you to barely operate it. It's got like a single mast in the middle, with like a triangular sail that you can kind of spin around to catch the waves. You guys had met in New Providence, and this sloop, you either won it or stole it or something, but you, in a burst of overconfidence, decided to go ahead and go off a-pirating. And you're relatively inexperienced, though, as your low HP might suggest. And things did not go well. But before we talk about how they did not go well and why you're in trouble now, let's back up a minute and talk about who you are. And I always like to start with... I don't think I remember who I always start with. But I usually start with, the people in the order of creation, right? So I think Ryan rolled up a character first. Let's start with him.
Well, his name is... Pete Monsalve, which is rather French, but he's not French. He's actually Scottish. And he's kind of this big, burly, smelly, unwashed, unbathed guy with this big mat of, greasy black hair, shoulder, really, it needs to be cut to split ends everywhere, and is the big, bushy beard. He just walks around talking like this all the time. And he just smells of bilges. He's just a putrid smelling man, which is a physical trademark that I rolled. So,
all right.
But yeah, and he's basically, his clothes are just tatters, and he's barefoot most of the time. Probably doesn't even have shoes, but he does have a backpack and some lockpicks and an ancient relic, which I surprised for a buccaneer, but that's what I rolled. And so he's got a conch shell in his backpack that he can use to speak to the dead.
Oh, well, that'll probably come in handy. After all, this game has Borg in the title, so that's great. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Ryan what his character's nickname was.
Well, my name's Pete, but everybody calls me a lady.
Lady.
Because I'm the best cook around.
I got it. Okay, makes sense. Right.
Get back. Plus, get to the kitchen, lady. They say.
All right. Such a corruption of laddie. It got confused over time, you know. All right, and you're rather fearsomely armed, right? Don't you have like a giant musket or two?
I got one musket, and it only takes me one round to reload it instead of two.
That's right. You're extra fast with it. Okay. All right, let's move on to Colin. Tell us about your pirate.
Yeah, and I am going full pirate with this one. His name is Goodill Lobster Legs Fairfax. He's a dirty, filthy rapscallion and a burglar. And I got my own lockpicks, and I carry around a giant boarding axe. And I wear fancy clothes, and I look amazing.
Wow. Okay.
And I got a bandana, I got a bucket, and a medical kit, and a spyglass. And I got all these art supplies with me because I used to be an artist, and I used to paint naked mermaids.
I guess they're okay. Well, I just pictured them as naked anyway, but maybe that's just me.
Extra naked. And lewd. Oh, I mean,
Okay.
lewd mermaid erotic art.
Mermaid erotica.
And I got a small keg of something valuable, but I'm not going to tell you what that is.
All right.
And I'm disloyal, and I never blink, ever. And I become a murderous grump when hungry.
Oh, that's funny because I also become a murderous grump when hungry, and I'm also disloyal. And I wasn't going to say this as part of my introduction, but I apparently betrayed my last crew, and now they're hunting after me.
Oh, wow.
So,
Gee, I hope they're not docked here.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, Lynn, tell us about your pirate.
All right, so I will be playing Hella Tempo Cridlington.
I was wondering if you
I
how
don't
you
even
could
know what.
pronounce that.
Like, where did that? I don't even know what the etymology is. Like, where that would be from, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to be talking
That
like
looks
a pirate.
Welsh to me.
Welsh.
What is it again?
It looks like Cridlington.
Cridlington. Yes.
What would you like to go by?
Hella.
Okay, Hella. All right, great. Okay, Hella, tell us about yourself.
All right, so Hella, I'm a swashbuckler. Although I'm dressed in rags, which isn't really very swashbuckler-like, but I do have the hat, so it counts.
All right.
Let's see. Let me tell you about some things. Well, I mean, I know all pirates like the rum, but I really like it. I'm a drunken lush, some people even say. My physical trademark is that I'm contagious. Contagious with what? You don't know. And neither do I.
Oh, boy.
I know every tale ever told, and you will all be hearing them. And make sure that you know them
Oh,
too.
great.
Yes. And I have a golden letter opener.
Oh.
Otherwise, I just got a couple of knives, flintlock pistol, that sort of thing.
Well, I hope you come. I hope they come in handy for you tonight.
I hope they do.
All right. Well, like I said, with all this, you guys went out with a lot of confidence. You figure the three of you, but you're all badasses. You could find some other small ship, other sloop, that happens to have some treasure, and you thought you did. There was a terrible green fog that day, but from a distance you spied a very low-in-the-water, fat little Dutch sloop. And with your spyglass, which I think one of you has, from a distance it didn't look that dangerous, but from a very far distance they shot up your ship pretty quickly the second you got close enough within range. And you've been slowly sinking ever since, trying to limp your way to an island like Johnny Depp in the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not quite that bad yet, but that's what you're going to have to do. And as fate would have it, according to your charts and your memories, the closest one is a Black Coral Bay, which just nominally under the protection of the English, but, whether they really have much of a presence there, you're not sure. From what you've heard, it's mostly run by pirates, but you don't know that much about it. You can see it after a while in the overcast. It's a little, looks like a little snow globe, only with ash falling instead of snow. And it's semi-tropical. You can see from a distance there's definitely some jungle on it. There's some high rocks and a lighthouse. There's some docks at a town that you can see from a distance also. On this side of the town there's sort of a sandy beach, and there's a castle kind of dominating the island, but not near the town, and it's obviously an old and ruined castle. It's at least 100 or 200 years old. And it's noteworthy because there's a ship stuck on the spire on top of the castle. I mean, a terrible storm just must have swept a huge ship up out of the sea and skewered it right there, impaled on the spire of this old castle. And as a seasoned adventurer, you can't help but be curious about that castle, obviously. Nevertheless, there's more important things to do, which is get your ship to shore, and you just barely make it. You don't get to the docks, but that sandy slope of beach just outside of the town, you just kind of run aground on rather gently, and the whole ship just kind of tilts sideways, right? There's a few people from the town actually watching, some boys and some others. Everybody make an agility test just to avoid falling off and looking like an idiot. You could just jump off real cool and swashbuckler-like, right? But let's see how you come off.
13?
15.
Okay. You want better
7.
than 7? Oh, you want better than 12. So it looks like old Lady Pete, comes off rather nicely, looking sharp, looking like a swashbuckler. And Fairfax also very dignified, appropriate in his fine clothes. Steps out calmly onto the shoreline. However, Hella, tumbles, falls ass backwards, hat falls off, ends up on her ass, and you can hear laughter from the boys and young idle men. They're a couple hundred.
Shut up, the lot of ya.
They're a couple hundred yards away, and they're not only laughing at you, but they were laughing really before that happened. They just started laughing harder. They were laughing at you for running aground, over the way you did. They have no idea how lucky you were. Anyway, I leave you there on the island. Closest thing is the town. There's also a lighthouse on the other side of the town, I think I forgot to mention. But it looks like it's about to fall off into the sea. The high rocky land doesn't really start till the other side of the town. There's no town walls or anything. It's just kind of a shanty town. There's actually some tents, but you can see it goes into being a proper town. You estimate there could be, almost 2,000 people living there. There's quite a few ships at the docks, too. So plenty to explore. I'll leave you to it in a moment.
Oh, well, I don't know. Gotta get into town, I guess. Get some food in us, because I don't want to get hungry. I could.
Mm-hmm. You are.
I have an empty bottle of rum, and I need to change its state from empty to full.
Well, I got plenty of rations, but I agree we probably should get some more. You can never have too many. But what I really want is to get a nice set of clothes. These rags don't do me no good. I don't like them. I need something better. Some fancy clothes would be nice.
Well, you don't strike me as the fancy type.
I'm the fanciest lady you've ever met.
Stolen valor. You don't deserve to wear no fancy clothes. You're a brute. What is your
I think he's a
class?
brute.
Class buccaneer, actually.
Oh, you're
Buccaneer.
Buccaneer. All right. Well, you guys, I assume, will start walking towards the town. Then there's some, as I said, idle men who obviously are just drunk, and don't want to work, and they're sort of laying around on the beach. However, there's a little bit of a step up through the rock, and overlooking the town, there's just kind of what I might call a sloping plateau in a way, but the plateau makes it sound too big. Sort of like a little depression in the rock, where there's a priest standing. You can see him. He looks kind of like a Catholic priest, but he's calling to you. He's waving to you. You there? You there?
Oh,
Newcomers.
No, I don't trust priests.
We're not here to
You
go
might
to
have some
church.
wine.
Up, I could use your assistance up this way.
Do you have any wine?
I suppose something could be arranged if wine would
Excellent.
exercise your muscles. I need help nailing this man into his grave. Please come up here. Those idle louts down there won't help, and they're no good at it anyway. Please, if we don't nail this fellow down, he's just going to come back tomorrow.
All right, hold your horses.
This sounds intriguing all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, they got these damn
Yeah.
scourge, these damn undead everywhere, I hear.
Yeah, well, yes, one of the drunken louts who's down in your level, down below that little grassy plateau. Oh, it's just this. It's just here. You're cursed. You come to a cursed island. Nothing dies. What's that? You got something to say?
I was just gonna, tell you a story. Maybe we don't have time for that right now, but this is not my first experience with cursed islands.
Well, tell you what, meet me in the tavern later, and you can buy me a drink and tell me all about it.
I thought you were providing the wine.
The Green Kraken. This is one of the drunken louts who are down.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent. We'll see.
come up here, please. It might be too late. Please. Well, you kind of walk up this little natural stairway up in this grassy patch. Well, there's several shallow graves here with hacked together wooden crosses. They don't even have people's names on them. There's probably about 24. But one of them is open. It's only about 3 feet deep. The soil isn't great. I am Father Wallace. Pleased to meet you. He does this look sign of the cross over you, and but he's wearing the cross he's wearing isn't like a typical cross that a priest would wear, a Catholic priest. It's a cross, but it's inside a circle. It's like a Celtic cross without the edges on it. So after speaking with Father Wallace a bit, your attention's obviously drawn to the grave. There's a Spanish-looking gentleman, young man, maybe 19, 20. He's obviously been stabbed in the chest. He's lying there dead. Oh, poor Diego. Got into a fight with Weirdbeard's men, unfortunately. And he shouldn't have opened his mouth to Weirdbeard's men. He should have been meek and mild, like a little child, but he couldn't. So
Is Weirdbeard a pirate?
He is a pirate. One of the most fearsome. Of course, this is his home, of course.
Does he
His
run
home
this
port.
town?
I wouldn't say he runs it, but he has serious sway with the governor. Yet he doesn't. Many of his men do come to Mass every Sunday. Ever since I revised the Mass.
So why does he need to be nailed?
This fellow.
Often that seems extreme.
You don't know about the curse of the place you've come to. Black Coral Bay is cursed. Everything that dies here comes back the next month. Do you realize how many times I've had to kill my supper twice? I saw a pig leap right up off a table once, spit the apple out of its mouth, and run about screaming and squealing. Didn't matter that he'd been cooked. Fish flopping around with their chips. No, it's a terrible curse.
Well, you can't do anything about this curse? Say some words and all that and make it go away?
I'm not that powerful of a priest. Plus, technically, I've been excommunicated, but that's a very long story. We won't get into it this time.
Might it be that revising the Mass caused the curse in the first place?
Well, I would say the church needs reform, wouldn't you?
Aye, but I don't know that. What kind of reform you're talking about.
Well, we come to Mass and you'll eventually figure it out. I hope you can understand Latin. I won't go that far. No vernacular for me. No, seriously, help me. If he will get up. Let's hurry up. But before you can even go much further, Diego goes and just leaps up out of his grave and sails over to you like a freaking Sam Raimi zombie and just attacks your party. Somebody, one of you, I don't care who, roll a d6, and if you roll a 1 to 3, then he's going to go first.
He goes first. I rolled a 3.
Okay, he goes first, and let's see, which one of you guys do you think looks tastiest? probably not smelly old Pete, but I think he's gonna go right for Fairfax.
Okay.
And I just about reached for some dice to roll it, but we don't do that in this game. You roll your defense. He comes in, his fingers are all clawed. You must roll an agility save to defend against him. An agility test. And you roll a 12 or higher, you can add your agility.
Yes, 18.
Oh, that's good. You sidestep, and he kind of stumbles past, stops, turns around for to gather another charge. But then it's your guys' turn. Now, if you guys want to do little individual initiatives amongst yourselves, then you can roll a d6 and add agility to see who goes first. Or I could just call on you. So that's a little feature of the game. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and call on you, Fairfax.
I will hit right back with my boarding axe.
Mm-hmm. Bam. All right, now you can roll your damage. Well, we hope you do. You need to roll a 12 or more, which is a strength roll. For a melee attack.
Oh, that's another 18.
Oh, nice. You definitely hit him. Go ahead and roll the damage for that weapon.
Oh, and I rolled a 6.
Wow. Now, he doesn't have any armor, so he's not going to subtract anything from that. But, yeah, the axe like hits him in the shoulder and just right through the chest cavity. You know, it killed somebody who's all the way, who's still alive. But,
stay dead, you bastard.
You have a feeling it's done quite a bit of damage to him. His father, Wallace, meanwhile, staggers backwards. Lynn, what do you do?
I will attack with my knives.
Well, I hope you can make a strength roll as you rush in with your knife, and you want to get more than a 12. Roll a d20 and add your strength.
14.
Looks happy. Here, go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. And I am a knife knave, so I get 2 attacks.
Oh,
and if
my.
I hit with the first one, the second one automatically hits.
Oh, well, shit.
Now, does it say...
You should roll the damage
Where's my
twice.
damage? Where's the damage on that?
Oh, damage for a knife.
Yeah.
Well, it's the kind of thing that should be right there on your character sheet.
Top
I know,
right.
you would think so, but up by my weapons, it's got flintlock pistol, and it's got all the...
Well, then maybe it gave you an ability, and you assumed you had the knives that went with it. So,
Oh!
but we'll go ahead and assume you have a knife, and I'm looking at their weapons on page 53. It says that's a D4.
Okay.
All right. See, it's a game where you can quickly find a rule during combat. Love it.
Love that. First one, I only got a 1.
You only got a 1?
Second
well,
one,
you
I got a 3.
Well, you fumbled it, by the way.
Oh!
No, wait, that was for the attack roll. Sorry. So a 1 and a 3
okay,
total,
good.
so 4.
So 4 total.
All right. The thing is, you have every confidence in the world, Pete, that if you could just hit this thing, it's history.
Well, I can try. I'm going to shoot at it with my musket.
Yeah. Poor former Diego is barely holding together.
I don't have a different weapon.
Suddenly
but I miss. I roll a 10, which is not sufficient.
No, it's not, but crack, though, and a pistol shot rings out, though. And now that brings some people from some of the nearby buildings down below to look up on the hill and see what's going on. Oh, and it looks like Diego might have one more attack in him, and of course, he's going to rush right for that loud sound. So please go ahead and make a defense test. Use your agility, get better than a 12.
Oh, and I didn't ask. I assumed the shooting was also agility.
No, it's presence. They're following the convention of using wisdom, like a lot of OSR games do.
Oh, then actually that would have been a 15. My bad.
Well, then we'll back up, and you can go ahead and roll damage.
That's what I get for assuming.
Well, that's probably true.
5.
Yeah, Knave started assigning wisdom to be the otherwise it was a dump stat. Nobody ever used wisdom for anything, and it's meant to show you perception. 5, however, Diego falls in a few separate pieces with the impact of the ball as it shatters in his chest, and you hear a relaxed and grateful sigh from the good Father Wallace, and some, I wouldn't say like enthusiastic cheering, but some sort of half-hearted clapping from the song below, as if a band played in the bar and it's like their friends and family clapped. It's about the level of applause from some of those people down below in the town who go back into their town, or go back into the buildings they were in. One of them, did look very fine and fancy. He had a big wig on, and the building he walks into is Alphonse Outfitter. And anyone who wanted to get some fancy clothes before they explored the town, you think that might be the place to stop. Wait, before you go, it's only fair and only right that you should have whatever paltry earthly grave goods Diego had been buried with.
Just thinking the same thing.
It's pagan, idolatrous practice to be buried with things anyway. I believe people should be buried naked.
Is he sure he's not gonna get back up again?
Well, he's in several pieces, you see, and that usually does the trick. And I'll be able to nail the pieces down, of course, quite easily now without your assistance. Please do come to Mass on Sunday. It's Friday now. Come to Mass. You may find it more beneficial than you think. Why fight the dark powers?
Ominous.
Why fight the dark powers that rule your heart? One can find accommodation with them.
You might be able to help our heart, but you certainly aren't doing much to stop this curse.
Well, I believe the curse is attached to the castle, but no one who's ever gone up there has come back. There's certainly too much for the likes of you. It's haunted, I believe.
Of course.
There's an old Spanish baron who died there, and I believe he lurks there still. Something has caused the curse. I'm not sure what.
I remember a time when I went to a haunted mansion, and, well, you know what? I've decided that story is not appropriate to tell a priest.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. But then again, look at my parish, he says, as somebody, comes flying through the glass of the Green Kraken Inn, and another person goes out and starts strangling him. And there's another building you see called the Treasured Chest, where there are a bunch of women in great big bouffant, colorful wigs and low-cut dresses, laughing at the fight below. It's definitely a sinful town, and maybe not as bad as Tortuga, but... And, of course, there's also, a fine governor's mansion. You can see this. I'm assuming you're, walking closer to the town. In case you think you can maybe salvage or fix your sloop, it had enough holes in it that you got pretty far. There's a ship right here. And there's also, of course, docks with several ships, at least half a dozen. And plenty to explore. Would you like to maybe stop and get some new clothes? I heard some interest in that for sure.
Yes. And did we get anything off of Diego's
we've
remains?
got to loot Diego's corpse. Go ahead and roll a percentile. Somebody. D100. Anybody. Just one thing. We don't know what it is. What is it?
Roll the 25.
25. Well, Diego seems to be buried with a single golden manacle with 5 links. And when it says golden, I'm going to take it literally, But, obviously it's useless as a manacle, but it could be a nice bracelet. It could be traded or sold.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go nicely with my my golden letter opener.
Yeah.
Well, we're selling it.
Well, if you want to get into gold type pride, if you did want to fix your sloop, that would get you a good part of the way there, Not like you want to sail off right this minute, but, all the other ships here are much bigger than that. You pass a few of them in the docks. You have to pass by the docks, actually, once you leave this Alphonse Outfitters, but we'll assume you go in there. Hello, that was lovely, says the man from the back of the shop. There are a lot of clothes. There's a seamstress in the back, and she's measuring this huge fat pirate. He's like, I'm a 32 still, I tell ya. Arr! And, well, I guess that one of you looks fabulous, but 2 of you are rather shabby, I'm afraid. You're lucky. You've come to the right place. He walks up and he smacks you right on the bottom, Hella.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse you.
I'm French, he says, and he kisses you on both cheeks. And then he smacks all of you on the bottom and kisses you on both cheeks.
I see.
I believe in having a good relationship with my customers. Obviously, you're going to need some clothing, but from the look of you, you don't have very much money. I have some common clothes here that you should be very comfortable in for only 2, we'll call them shillings, pieces of 8. That you actually use all different kinds of money, literally like chunks of money, coins from various, we're just going to call them shillings, So, or of course, unless you've got some hidden charms that I don't know about in your purse, then you have more money. I could sell you fancy clothes like this gentleman wears, he says, gesturing to Fairfax, for only 250.
I am a swashbuckler. We are known for our sense of style.
Oh, well.
But not for your money, because you don't got nothing.
Well, I'm sorry. You just have to take the common clothes then. But you, sir, and he wrinkles his nose in distaste, but he's polite enough to try not to, pretend he smells. Hey, what the fuck? He's French, right? He doesn't care. I'm sorry, French people. Weird memory of a foreign exchange student. Never mind. Anyway.
Smells like frog legs. Snails.
Podcast attacks French people. I can hear it now. Anyway, he says, now I have. Do you have 250 for a fine suit of clothes like your friend wears?
I'm afraid not.
I do have something I think might suit you. A big and bulky man must wear it, however. It wouldn't fit this slip of a pirate over here, he says, gesturing towards Hallows. It's actually an old uniform. I believe it was Belgian. It's kind of a mustard color, but it has like the epaulets and piping on it, and trousers and hose. I could let that go for 8 shillings. Certainly that's more within your budget.
Aye, no problem. I'll take it.
Now, do any of you plan on getting into any fights in town? Oh, what a question.
We've already been in a fight.
Nobody ever plans to get in a fight. They just happen.
Well, due to a fight, I happen to have an influx of leather armor that I'd be happy to sell. It didn't save the lives of their former owners, but it was left to me in their wills because they owed me money. But I'd be happy to let it go at a slight discount. Normally I sell leather armor for 20 shillings, but I'd be willing to let go of it for 15 if anyone likes some Tier 1 armor to start things off with a bang.
I'll trade you this golden manacle.
Done! He takes it out of your hands real quick.
But I know it's probably worth more than that. But
Oh, it's worth exactly 20.
That's enough for all of us.
Okay, make a presence test when you say that, Lynn. When you want to negotiate with him a little bit. Need a 12. Need a 12. It should even be harder because he's shrewd, but we'll call it a 12.
Yeah, my presence
It's
is
not always
good,
a 12,
though.
but 12 is normal. Yeah. No. Well, nice try. Me with a poor dying mother and starving. I've got 5 children to feed. 5 children per port between here and Barbados, that is. And laughs the seamstress in the back. So, if anyone wants to give him 15 shillings, and they can have some leather armor, and it's just kind of a jack, that fits under your clothes if you got a nice coat. But it's Tier 1 armor. That means that it does minus D2 damage. It means you got to roll for the soak. It'll be either 1 or 2. If a critical hit is scored against you, it'll be ruined. Because if you're wearing armor and somebody scores a critical hit against you, it loses a tier, right? So you get the lowest tier armor. But
I would just trade that golden thing for the.
Yeah, you can do that. He's happy to get it. Yeah, he's happy to get it.
I'll get it back. It'll be.
Should have sold it so we'd have enough for all of us.
Why don't you sell your golden whatever you got there?
What's a letter opener or something like that?
Family heirloom.
Oh yes, well that's very important. Very important. I could fashion a nice, smart chain for you to wear that. A nice gold chain to attach it to your lapel. But of course, I assume you'll be buying the common clothes then, madam. I wish I could give you something nicer. You seem to be a tomboy, as they say, so dress you appropriately.
I suppose so, yes.
Okay.
I certainly don't want to want to give off the wrong impression. I am pirate
Oh, of
down
course.
to my very blood cells.
Oh, of course. Myself included. I myself am a former pirate.
Excellent.
Yes. You never heard of Fancy Sam? No, Anyway.
As a matter of fact, I have heard of him.
You know the story of Fancy Sam.
Oh, yes, I do. I do.
The part when he stabs the guy after he's falling off the bridge. It's
Right?
isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if there's anything else that you need, I have a warehouse here that I can arrange. Well, I have all kinds of things from all kinds of sources. You never know what you might find in there. If you just randomly ask for something or think you need something, don't forget to come back and see me. I mean, I could show you a whole list and catalog right now of everything I have. But why don't you just come back and see me if you realize you need something? That might be cleaner, don't you think? And it would allow us to speak again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, very good. So, while they're kind of making a few adjustments on things and let you guys try clothes on. And by the way, the clothes you get aren't completely fancy, as I say, but they're not dirty. You know, I mean, they're clean. It's a lot like, I don't know, picture Paul Revere, whatever you got in your mind right then. You know, it's got the little hose, the short pants, you know, clean cotton shirt, a vest. You know, you already got the nice hat. And, well, yes, tell me. I'm quite curious. And, oh, by the way, you'll want to stop by the Green Kraken, of course, and have a drink. And if you need pleasure, you might stop by the Treasured Chest. Also a hotbed of rumors there, too, I might add. They trade in more than love. They trade in information. And, of course, the Green Kraken is everything you could hope it would be. But I am so curious. What brings you here? Obviously, you barely limped in.
Well, just doing a bit of pirating. That's all.
Well, as I
Some trouble with our ship.
tell everyone who wants to become a pirate, I always say this, and just then there's this terrible squeal, and a pig bursts through the door, screaming at the top of its lungs. It does not look like a normal pig, though. Its eyes are one eye is kind of melting out of its socket, and it's been cooked, obviously. And Alphonse screams and leaps up onto the top of the counter. So does the seamstress. You guys are left in there with the pig. Let's somebody roll a d6. Lynn, you do it this time. Don't roll a 1 to 3. Roll a 4 or higher. Then you guys can go first. She's not happy. It goes first.
Oh, Lynn.
All right. It's going to charge into a random one of you. Lynn, go ahead and roll that d6 and see which one. If it's a 1 or 2, it's going to be Ryan. If it's a 3 or 4, it's going to be Gunny. And if it's a 5 or 6, it's going to be you. From the look on your face, I can tell. It's sick. So you just got on, the outfit, right, when this pig burst through the door. There's a guy chasing you. My dinner! Trying to run in. And so you must, of course, make a defense roll. Please roll a d20, add your agility, and hope to get better than a 12. Oh, no. Oh.
My rolling is terrible tonight.
Fortunately, your HP is high.
That's right.
That's true.
Because this, you're going to have to roll a d8. You take d8 damage, so you may roll that. You roll everything. I might have to roll if a monster needs to make a save or something, but normally you guys do all the rolling. So it's your fault if you roll an 8.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, great. See, it also allows you to be happy sometimes when you roll low. And because you're wearing tier 1 armor now, you can go ahead and roll a d2.
We don't even need to. It's just one.
Well, yeah, you're right. Obviously, it's going to be 1.
True.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. But now it's your all's turn. And this time, just for fun and to play with the system, let's go ahead and do the individual initiative. So roll a d6 and add your agility.
6.
And then you guys can go in that order. So we'll get better than a 6.
3.
Okay.
I got a 6 also.
Okay. Well, we're going to start with the guy who looks most captain-like. And so Fairfax, what do you do? You've got that big axe close by still.
I'm gonna cleave a pig.
Careful of the clothing! Careful of the clothing! Watch that rack of neckties and cravats! Oh my!
19.
Swing! And you cut into it. Go and roll damage. And
6.
6, okay. 6 is good. And let's see, how about you? Hella.
All right. Let's see.
and she's running in with her knives.
I got a 20,
Okay.
but not natural. Not
Yeah,
natural.
okay, it has to be natural.
Okay.
All right, yep. You got a dirty
I got a
20.
19.
All right.
And so I'm going to do my double knife attack.
Okay.
Where'd my D4 go? There it is.
Yeah, and it goes.
And a total of 5.
All right. Well, we've got 11 wounds or HP so far to the creature. Maybe our good friend. We'll see if he shoot off a musket in here. That would be nice. Go ahead, Pete. It's your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I reloaded after we killed Diego, but I assume I must have.
We can assume that between fights and shit that you would do that.
Oh, I threw my D20 on the floor.
As he is often wont to do. Yeah.
I don't seem to have another one.
Okay.
Do we have a drinking game for that?
All right.
Drink.
I'm going to roll for you then, and then you can crawl down and get it in a minute. And hey, congratulations, you got an 18. Wow.
All right. Well, with my +4, that'll be 22, but that is still not natural. But that will do. Holy shit! 12 points of damage.
Oh, there you go. Boom! Chunks go all over the place. Now there was not a lot of blood left in this pig, right? It'd been drained and cooked, and it didn't, Nevertheless, it knocks over a few things and chunks go everywhere. Oh dear, says Alphonse. The seamstress does a perfectly good scream and puts her back of her hand against her forehead and falls off the counter and lands on the fat pirate who's sitting there trembling. I don't want to go out like that, pig, says the pirate. Oh, Alphonse gets just another day in Black Coral Bay. Damn that curse. Oh, if only someone were brave enough to do something about it.
I was going to ask, is there some kind of reward for if we can stop this curse?
I don't know if anyone could stop the curse. I know it has something to do with that. It has something to do with that castle. You need to be a great wizard or sorcerer. Who would know the first thing about it? I wouldn't know. However, if you're looking for a reward, I know where you can get one.
Well, the governor, maybe?
Oh, the governor's offering a reward, but not for dealing with the curse. We've all found ways to live with the curse, more or less. No, he's offering a reward. His daughter's missing. Been missing for a fortnight. He's offering 1,000 shillings.
Wow.
If anyone can bring her back or find out where she was. Yes, there's...
Is there anywhere we can go to get more information about this missing daughter?
Well, as I say, the treasured chest offers both love and rumor. But, the Green Kraken serves nice food. You can even get a bed for the night there. If you're lucky. They have nice big beds. The three of you could fit into one rather snugly. Which is common practice in taverns,
Well, I'm sorry, but while you're talking, I'm just watching Ryan. He's like wandering around, like I don't know if you've seen that
That dice really got lost, man.
John Travolta meme where he's like,
oh yeah, totally.
He's walking around like totally like what?
Well, I thought it rolled under my desk, so I crawled on the floor, got out my phone as a flashlight, and was like looking around, and it's like it's not anywhere. And I'm like, God, did it roll behind this bunch of guitar cases leaning against the wall? So I like pulled those up, and it's not there. And I'm like, where the fuck could it have possibly gone? It rolled under my chair.
Oh well, all's well
Nice.
that ends well.
That's hilarious.
All's well that ends well, as I say, says Alphonse. All right, I've work to do. I've got plenty of tidying up to do, or rather Monica does. And Monica rolls her eyeballs, and I must find some toilet water and clean myself. But don't forget, if you find you need anything else, I probably have it in my warehouse. It's full of seized trading goods.
Yeah, we might be back.
Oh, well, I hope so. All right. So, yeah, he's mentioned the treasured chest. He's mentioned... the Green Kraken, a tavern, but you can see a shipwright's shop over by the docks, and a mansion that must be the governor's. There's many dozen houses around here too. There's like going up narrow streets beyond this main street, which is kind of parallel to the coast. There's an old church that's got to be where you go for mass, and you can see the graveyard. And there's an even bigger graveyard, by the way, on the other side of town. There's mausoleum. It's like the graveyard you were in was like extra overflow space. And so that's where you find yourselves here in Coral Town. What sounds nicer, prostitutes or a nice cold drink and maybe some food? Well, you don't want to get too angry, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we better get some food in us first, and then for dessert we can go see some prostitutes.
Okay.
I want a drink.
All right. Well, I assume you'll make your way right to the Green Kraken. You can tell already that this town has like a heart. You know, it's kind of right in the center of everything, and it's fairly good sized. Well, it's a 2-story tavern, easy. There's not even a sign that says the Green Kraken, but there's obviously a picture of one. There's a bit of a porch outside, and there's several drunken pirates just almost passed out or singing, rolling around hugging each other, telling each other they're their best mates. "You're my top chum," burp, says one to another. As you guys push your way in, you hear this high-pitched laughter from a woman as a guy falls off the balcony and lands on a table. There's a card game going. They get up, they start punching each other. That's happening in one side of the room. If you want to go break it up, let me know. Otherwise, there's this huge bartender with a handlebar mustache and a bald head. He hollers over the fight, "You got about 2 more rounds of that before I come over there. Get it settled. What do you want?" he says as you guys come in. Otherwise, it's just picture all the chaos in the place, and it's loud. There's a jig going. There are people dancing, bumping into each other.
Rum.
Yeah, aye, rum.
Aye. Good rum's 3 shillings. Everybody want to have a nice grog, some free rum? Grog's a shilling. Good rum's 3. For some fine wine, I got some of that too.
More of a grog person am I.
That's right. Pace yourself. There's a good lad.
I can't go back. I've only got to have the good stuff, so...
All right, very well.
Give him all... I only have 3 pieces of 8. I will give him the whole thing.
Good. That's great. There's some good rum here. I got it from a fellow named John Hancock up north. Anyway, smuggles it down here.
I know that fella.
I'm making a huge fortune in smuggling. Yeah.
He's got a big ego.
He's got a big old name. He signs those receipts on the shipment so big. No. And I just read a book about him smuggling rum. So anyway, so grog a shilling, like I say. You can go ahead and give me the money as you will. And if you want a decent meal, I can whip something like that up for you too. But anyway, if you want me to bring you the big Admiral's Feast, that's 25 shillings.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
If you just want a decent meal, I can give you one for 2. Little stew, little bread, little cheese. Don't ask too many questions about the stew or how many times I had to kill it.
Since I just spent all my money on rum and I need to get a meal or I get murderous, I'm going to have to...
hate to see that. Here, he pulls... I got some cashews here. They eat a few of those. Don't kill anybody.
Right. Oh, thank you, yeah. I'll probably order a meal later on, but for now, this will quench my appetite a little.
And speaking of killing somebody, the loser of that fight's being dragged out of the place by some others. Make sure to nail him down, he says. All right. Well, is it, so would you be wanting accommodations here? Let me ask you that before we get too much further.
Well, I think so. Unless there's some other place that's...
I got a room with a bed in it. You can take a spot in the bed for 4 shillings per night if you need that. No other place unless you want to go squat in the lighthouse. No one lives there now.
What about the castle?
I don't think you'd find the castle quite as hospitable.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I don't know if it's true, the rumors.
Well, I know this. There have been plenty who've gone up there who haven't come back. That's all I can say. That's all I will say. You know what misery is? It's fighting against what reality is. I won't... If the island's cursed, fine. If the place was to be filled with undead spirits and haunts and ghosts and terrible... I don't know anything about it, really.
Have you heard about this the governor's daughter got missing?
Of course, yes, Veronique. Lovely young lady, rather dark. Very talented artist, as a matter of fact. I have one of her landscapes right here. He points up behind the bar to this view of the town from above, like as if you were in the lighthouse. Maybe she painted it there, and It's very good, but it's dark, and it's almost kind of expressionist. It's a little fuzzy. She's a little bit ahead of her time, moving into the impressionism, right?
Not my type, but it's got some good technique here.
Well, yes, she's been missing for 2 weeks. But thing is, a couple people went off in the swamp looking for her, but there's a witch there in the swamp. Terrible way.
Good to know.
Well, actually, every now and then, somebody will say that she gave him a potion. She didn't kill him or anything. So, I don't know. People get a little nervous about women who live alone in the woods or the swamps. But,
Can't trust them.
Could be a witch, but I'm saying it's not an either or. Good or bad. I don't know. Gray witch, maybe. But I don't know much about that either. I like to keep my business right here. And he, dings the cash register. They didn't have cash registers. He just jiggles the cash box. That's where my attention is. I'll tell you all. No matter of no shortage of mysteries on this place. But
what did you say their daughter's name was?
Veronique.
Yeah.
Veronique. Lovely young lass.
And so, our ship is badly damaged and not necessarily seaworthy, but it's not sunk at the dock or anything.
No, it's laying kind of sideways on the beach right outside of town. No one's gonna, and I guess somebody could come salvage it, rip off boards, but no one's gonna do that. I'll just tell you. If you want to fix it at the end of this, sail out of here heroically later.
So theoretically, we could sleep on it if we wanted to.
Well, you can sleep around it or near it, as it's kind of tilted over, But you can certainly get shelter from the elements in it. Or you can spend 4 shillings for a place in a bed. I got a nice big bed, just big enough for 3 of you.
I'm saving me doubloons for rum.
Well,
I gotta go make some money, and then we'll see.
I'll spring for the room.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
well, the way I see
Very generous lady.
that's very nice of you, Teresa. And I will say this. If you're looking to make money, obviously there's the reward, but the problem with the reward that the governor's giving out for his daughter is 1,000 shillings, but only a hero would go for that. All these pirates here, and I love them. You gotta love a pirate, right? But they're not the types who are going to go off to save a young lady. We don't have any pirates with the hearts of gold here.
Well, if we happen to come across this missing daughter, what does she look like, by the way?
And is she single?
Well, she's certainly single, I can say that, but I very much doubt that the governor would offer you her hand, I can tell you that. And,
It wasn't my hand I wanted to offer.
oh, well. Yeah, you want to not make jokes like that if you go talking to the governor, let me tell you that right now. No,
I heard he's playing 1,000.
he is, yes. But as far as what she looks like, she's a tall, dark, pale beauty. Quite gothic, if you'll excuse the expression, which would not be in vogue at the moment anyway. Yeah. Tall, hot goth girl with black clothes, he says. But, but the reason I don't think anyone's gone after her, really, is because they don't know where she could be. I mean, worst case scenario, she went to the castle, yes. But she was interested in painting things. Perhaps she thought she... And no one wants to go storming the castle to find her. I know they've looked in the swamps, but they haven't come back yet, those who did. Well, but if you're looking for somewhat closer loot and treasure in the meantime, it's been a while since anyone's been in that lighthouse. Of course, the governor's condemned it. You see how it's almost ready? It's like you can look out the window and see it at the far end of town. Kind of out on a little promontory, overlooking some crashing rocks. It's only about a 60-foot fall, but if the whole lighthouse were to fall down, it would be bad. The governor said don't enter it because it's condemned. But, the old Cornelius, the lighthouse keeper, I heard he had a pretty penny squirreled away somewhere. Of course, the lighthouse doesn't work anymore because he killed himself. He smashed the light, jumped out and died.
Okay, well, now that's some details that might be important.
Maybe.
Because it probably is haunted.
Well, maybe, but as I say, a few people did go in there a while back looking for this treasure he had squirreled away somewhere. Not a huge treasure, but, just enough for a rainy day, a nest egg, as it were. But ever since his daughter ran away, he became despondent, and he leaped out of the...
Oh, his daughter ran away, too.
Yes, his daughter ran away, too. Of course, this has been, 10 years ago now. 12, perhaps. I don't count you. Shut up! Get over there in a minute! Don't you dare act impatient with me! These pirates, you've really got to be like a stern father with them. They're just like lost little bad boys. Lost boys, as it were. All of them. But I'd be careful. Don't mess with Weirdbeard's men. At all.
Okay.
However, if you're willing to work hard and you want big money, you could do worse than sign on with his crew.
Yeah. Just gonna ask. Is he hiring?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself? And he points to this circular booth. I know that they have a circular booth in the corner in this tavern, and Weirdbeard is back in that corner, and you can tell it's him because he has a really weird beard. I decided to never describe whatever you imagine is a weird beard.
That's so
what
weird.
He has. Yeah.
Look at him.
And but he's not saying anything. Everyone at his table, there's like 8 hangers-on, all of whom look like they could kick your ass, sitting at the table with him. They're all talking and laughing and telling stories. And Weirdbeard's just sitting there smoking his pipe, and every now and then his face kind of glows, from the cherry in the pipe. And he's watching you guys, too, sizing you up.
Crew, what do you say? Do we want to join up with him, or should we remain independent?
I think we should check out that lighthouse. But perhaps, we don't have to do one or the other. We can always do both.
The lighthouse has the benefit of being very close by.
Yeah, but for long-term purposes, we might want to consider, what we're going to do with our pirate careers, if we're going to be independent or join up with another crew. If we make some money on our own here, we don't need to join anybody's crew. No?
This is true.
Oh, look at that beard. It's so weird. I can't possibly work for the man with a beard like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could get used to that.
Yeah. Careful with your voice there. He leans back in. He had to go take care of another customer, but if you do talk to him, you tell him that's the most magnificent beard you've ever seen. I tell you that right now.
I can't lie to a man.
That I would not try to sign on with Weirdbeard. Believe me. This fella Diego was making fun of his beard the other day, and his men killed him. Weirdbeard didn't even have to do anything.
Oh, and we killed him a second time.
Well, he got up before the old father Wallace could nail him down, eh? Well, you gotta nail him down quick, I say. Nail him down! Nail some sense into him. No, somebody might get that. All right. Anyway. Well,
Hope
I've got...
wasn't a Jesus Christ reference.
It was a Monty Python, Life of Brian. This guy's like,
oh, yeah.
Nail him up, I say! Nail some sense into him! Crucifixion's best thing Romans ever did for it. Anyway. Luckily, there's no crucifixions in this town.
Probably should be.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right?
Sounds like there might need to be.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Last thing I'll tell you for tonight is that if you do go to that lighthouse, it might be a very good idea. Be careful because it could fall off. Don't get too rowdy in there. Also, I do think when you said it was haunted, there might be something to that because I told you that he smashed the beacon, right? Smashed the light and jumped out and died. But sometimes the lighthouse still lights up. All right, well, that's about it for tonight. We'll find out more about that lighthouse maybe next time we play. We've gotten into, Coral Town. We've gotten our feet wet. We met a few people. We got to lay the land. You can see there's plenty to do. We probably can't get to all of it, but we'll do our best. And we'll see you next time.
Hey everyone, if you like this podcast, consider leaving us a good rating and/or review, and subscribe to us wherever you can. We've got a YouTube channel and a Discord server, as well as merchandise available at TeePublic. Find our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. You can find all those links and more at Linktree/GooniesWorld. Thanks for listening.